Good morning, Internet. So, we're going back into Star Citizen. Going to be running the Murray Cup. I might sound a little bit different to you today as it compared to last night. I have done a couple of adjustments to my microphone and put some foam up behind my monitors to help reduce the reverb of stuff off the back wall and in the corner. Just waiting for the game to load, and then we will go live. I had the game live and then it crashed. Yeah, because it does that. Anyway, we are going to be doing the Murray Cup racing. The format I will be doing, because it is currently broken, is I will be doing 3 laps of the Rickford Memorial Racetrack, or Raceway, and then I will be exiting from the race simply because it's supposed to, in single player, it's a 3-lap race, time attack. So basically, you're supposed to go for the best time you can. However, the lap counter is broken, and while it will collect your time, it will not actually trigger on the lap completion. So every time you do a lap, it still says you're on lap 1 of 1, despite the fact that it has done a lap in the game counter and all that stuff. This is a small bug, which, you know, they happen. It's a pre-alpha game. And so we kind of have to roll with it. So to get appropriate data for a league that I am part of, I will be... No, it crashed again. Jeez. Okay, we're going to leave it on this screen while it loads this time. And hopefully it'll actually load this time, because it's when I'm alt-tabbing out that it's crashing on me. So I do apologize about the long load time here. There we go. As you can see, it is now loading. It will do this for a few moments and then freeze and sit there frozen for a few moments. I'm also slightly feeling better today as opposed to the last couple of days. My stomach is slightly happier with me, so that's a good thing. Although my chair is slightly squeakier, I do apologize about that. But overall, I think today's stream should be pretty decent. Hopefully, I hope to get in 4 or 5 runs, and maybe get up to full throttle on the Rickford. I think at the moment I am sitting at 66% throttle for my completion runs without crashing. So I can do an entire 3-lap race without crashing at 66% thrust. So I think the next race we'll go try to bump it up to 70. See if we can't get up a little bit higher. Yeah, we're still waiting on it. The asteroid hangar seems to take longer than any of the other hangars to load in. So, yeah. But again, what do you want for a bleeding edge build? There we go. As you can see, this is my lovely hangar. Right. That is my Cutlass with my Freelancer down at the bottom. And my sparks coming from the roof. Watch that texture pop in coming. Overall, I really like it, just because this looks like my room. I mean, seriously. I mean, other than the fact of the rocks and stuff. Hey, level of detail, pop in, please. I said pop in, please. The level of detail on that wing is just not popping in properly. Nope. Ooh, fun. And as you can see, that is a nice, lovely error. So we'll give it one more shot. It's that texture, man. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to exit out of the launcher. Sorry, this is going to take another couple of minutes to get up and going. But again, pre-alpha build, early days, insanely buggy patches. In fact, they patched 2 days ago with a patch that didn't work and then had to repatch an old patch. And so everything, the community ended up downloading like, I don't know, 45 gigs a piece of patches in 3 days. Some people are still downloading the patch. And it's been out for almost 24 hours now. No. More like 18 hours. And a lot of people are still trying to download the original patch. So it's a 14 gig patch, so it's not small. Do. So yeah, I've been working off and on for the last 2 weeks building a race league site for my organization in Star Citizen, the unofficial, official Linus Tech Tips organization. And it's going pretty well. We've got 16 members signed up for the league, which I am rather happy about. And if the game would just cooperate, we'll start getting results in shortly, since reporting's open as of today. Okay, instead of walking around waiting for the LED to crash stuff, we're going to just jump straight in. Okay, so we're going to start with a 300i trainer. And we're going to go into drone matches because the multiplayer is really buggy at the moment. Apologies for the crash that's about to happen. Here we go. That's just me dropping down my yoke, my flight controls, so that I can fly. Which reminds me, I need to actually tell it to bind to my flight controls. So we'll do that once it loads into game. Excuse me. Still have to figure out why my throttle is only reporting 100% thrust across half of the range on my throttle quadrant. Not sure why, but I will figure it out. Probably has something to do with me not coding it properly in the XML file. And there's our signal that it will be loading shortly. There we go. So,
core system operational.
Remap. Is it remap? Where's that? Sorry. Rebind keys. Rebind keys. There we go. And now we will tell it to start. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
Not quite. There we go. It's on the upper half at the moment, but that's okay. Turn sideways. Pull
Checkpoint.
Yeah, I'm only at... Oh, whoa, where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? That's gonna kill my time.
Checkpoint.
That sucks. I actually felt like that was gonna be a good lap. Let's see. We are at... That's too fast, too fast. There we go. That should be okay. Trying to hit at 70, so... Whoa! Whoa! I know where that came from.
Stand by for
Warning
reintegration.
system. Origin Jumpworks at your service.
Go,
Core
go,
system
go.
operational.
I'm not sure why my ship's acting up. Probably because I'm going a heck of a lot faster than I'm used to. Well, I say a heck of a lot. I'm
Checkpoint.
going 3% faster. Those little tips, you hit them and you're done. That's it.
Checkpoint.
Now, unlike a lot of people who are trying to cut through a lot of the city to ensure the fastest time possible, I'm just trying to learn
Checkpoint.
the course.
Checkpoint.
Be steady, don't black out, you know. The kind of things that really help you in the course of winning a race. Not blacking out.
Checkpoint.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! There we go.
Checkpoint.
So we are going to be fair to everybody and count this entire thing as a race. Because if you crash, you crash. No restarting. But I do get multiple races per week,
Checkpoint.
which is fine. And I can do as many races as I want, and only my top scoring races count. My top scoring races
Checkpoint.
from a certain... Yeah. Flip.
Checkpoint.
There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. Whoop, whoop. Throttle control. There we go. Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Almost there on lap 1. Almost there on lap 1. There we go.
Checkpoint.
That's lap 1. Not my fastest lap, considering. I crashed. I'm going to count that. That was good. I've had slower, so
Checkpoint.
now we just got to get comfortable at this speed before we bump it up again.
Checkpoint.
The speed's the important part, you know? If you're not comfortable with the Up.
Checkpoint.
Whoa. Too far, too far. Here we go.
Checkpoint.
Go, we're good, we're good. Everything's fine, it's fine. A little bit of blacking out, but that's okay. We're fine. Whoop. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Up, up. There we go, there we go. A little bit too much overcorrecting there, but that's okay. Everything's fine.
Checkpoint.
Flip over.
Checkpoint.
Weapon system.
Ah, no,
Stand by
no.
for reintegration.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system
That sucks.
operational.
Had a good time going. I had a good time. I could have been a contender.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I suck. But that's okay. I'm having fun. Having fun is the entire point. No, no.
Checkpoint.
Okay. Around for this checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Over on the side.
Checkpoint.
Flip.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Pull up. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Checkpoint.
This is the one thing I like about the yoke, and especially for this over a flight stick, because it's racing,
Checkpoint.
and I'm so much more used to racing, especially in a car with a stick. There we go. 3.5 minutes on the lap. Yes, and that was with a crash. Doing good. Okay. But yeah, so because I'm so used to using a racing wheel for, racing. Whoa! Strap!
Stand by for reintegration. Checkpoint.
Origin jump works
Go,
at your
go,
service.
go, go.
Core system operational.
It's just, it seems so much easier. Right? Because it's like, okay, I turn this way, I turn that way, orient myself. I mean, I still have a lot of getting used to go,
Checkpoint.
and I really suck at flying. But the yoke is, nice and smooth on the turns when I'm not jerking. And as long as I remember where all my controls are, and which control surfaces I'm using for what. Flip over, up a bit, there we go.
Checkpoint.
All nice and smooth, and exactly how it's supposed to do. Through center.
Checkpoint.
Down a bit, flip over. Up. And just the layout of this track is so nice.
Checkpoint.
I mean, really. There we go. Up. And turn.
Checkpoint.
I've seen some of the other speed runs and all the corner cutting they're doing and all the other on the other tracks, and it's like this track. If you try to cut corners, you are either going to black out hard, or you're going to crash into everything. Alright, so we're coming up on 2 minutes here. We had
Checkpoint.
one crash, but that's okay. Did that the same thing in the last one. Flip over.
Checkpoint.
There's 11. Here comes 12.
Checkpoint.
And there's 13. Stay on the upside.
Checkpoint.
There's 14.
Checkpoint.
Right. And we're coming into the end. Come on. Hold it together.
Checkpoint.
And lap. 327. All right. That was a good lap. Okay, so 327 on that lap. And, yep. We're going to end our 3 laps there so that I know where I was when I go back to watch the video to get my times. So that was pretty good. That was a good lap. Well under my previous time. I think by almost a minute and a half. So, that was pretty good. So we'll load out and then we'll load back in. Hopefully it won't crash too badly on us. Charlie! Nice job. Two minutes. A friend of mine, Charlie, did 2 minutes 51 on that track I was just running in an M50. 2 minutes, no seconds, 51 hundredths. That was just one lap, but if he can get 3 of those for a 3-lap race, that's what? 6 minutes, 1 second, and 53 milliseconds or hundredths. So that's almost twice as fast as what I was going. And that's with a death, he says. That's with a death. So with a death, that puts him, we'll say what, 3 or 4 seconds off of that? So that was pretty good. Alright, back into Arena Commander. Sorry about having to do this, but this is seriously the only way to break up the races and make them easier to track for myself. So we'll launch into that. Okay, so nope, and just with a death from. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to that 2-minute time, because he's running it 100% on an M50, which is almost twice as fast as we are in the 300. And he's running it full throttle, and I'm running it, I believe at the moment, 73% throttle. Just because that extra 27% is just beyond me at the moment. Still getting used to the whole system. Okay.
Core system operational.
Yep. We are ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right there. That gives us the 70% we're running. Up, adjust. Here we go. Now let's see if we can't do this a clean run at the 70 mark.
Checkpoint.
Because I'd love a clean run at the 70. I was getting 3.5 minutes with a crash. If I can get a clean run through, that would be nice. Oh, that's getting loud. That's getting loud. Sorry about that. Flip. Up. There we
Checkpoint.
go. Yes. Get lined up. I might have to challenge Charlie to try to do this in his Hornet. I run it in the Hornet myself because I have a Hornet trainer that I can use. And see how he does in the Hornet, which flies like a brick, I might add.
Checkpoint.
Holy crap! Like, I'll turn and I get a pretty decent, pull up, and I get fairly limited slide. In the Hornet, you pull up and you're going to be going the same way you were going for a good 5 seconds
Checkpoint.
before it finally overcomes your thrust in the previous direction to set you off straight again.
Checkpoint.
Holy crap! Does that completely change how you fly this course? I don't even think I finished one lap in the Hornet. It was just too different. And I was still working on a couple other things, so I'm like, better to use my time fixing this other stuff than trying to get this, learn how to fly this in the Hornet. What I'd love to fly this in is that Cutlass. Oh, my Cutlass. With its maneuvering thrusters, this flight would be a dream.
Checkpoint.
These corners, Cutlass racing has to be a thing. I mean, seriously, has to be a thing. Okay, get set up for this turn. There's
Checkpoint.
3 minutes. Coming up on it.
Checkpoint.
There's that one. This one.
Checkpoint.
Right. Use this one. No, we're not going to beat that 3.5 minutes I did earlier, but that was at a much higher rate. That was at
Checkpoint.
75, I think. And this one we're doing 71. But too much more. So we'll kick it up just a little bit. 342 there.
Checkpoint.
But it was a clean lap. That was a clean lap. I didn't hit anything. So I consider that in and of itself a victory. Only blacking out a little bit. Only blacking out a little bit. There we go. Get that nose around. Get that nose around. Yeah.
Checkpoint.
Get lined up for the next run.
Checkpoint.
There we go. Whoop, whoop. That way. There we go. There we go.
Checkpoint.
That was good. That was good. Oh, a little slidey there. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Go that way a little bit. Turn. Oh, up. There we go. Get us through this corner here. Avoid that thing. There we go. Get us lined up with this. Whoa! Gotta avoid all of these spires and things. I love this track. Have I said that yet? Yes, I have. Get down there. Get up.
Checkpoint.
Get up. There we go. Turn. So this is a good lap too. I feel good. I feel good. Put
Checkpoint.
checkpoint down. Whoop.
Checkpoint.
Checkpoint done. Shift, turn, pull up. There we go. Going through this one and up.
Checkpoint.
Bit squirrely on the exit there, but that's okay. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Checkpoint.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Checkpoint.
There we go. 307. This is gonna be a nice fast lap.
Checkpoint.
Don't screw it up now, dude. Don't screw it up now. There we go. There we go. 328. So not quite as fast as I was hoping. I was hoping for a more 320 than a 328. But I will take it. Another nice clean lap. At this rate, we might hit 10.
Checkpoint.
There we go, there we go. Bump up the speed just a hair. Getting us up to 78% power. Whoa, whoa. Is that a bit of crosswind? Ah, crap, crap.
Has received catastrophic damage.
Where am I going? Where am I going? There it is, there it is. I passed it. We butchered our time. No. So we
Checkpoint.
lost most of our wing. Get us back up to speed here. Okay. Cut that one a little bit too close, unfortunately, and I think that just destroyed our time. But that's okay. That's okay. Everything is fine. We had 2 really good laps for this run. It's helping me to learn the course.
Checkpoint.
Increase our speed just ever so slightly. Man, I wish I had a full 100% usage of this throttle quadrant, but that's okay. Yes, I did say throttle quadrant, by the way. I am using a yoke.
Checkpoint.
Get that flip on. Up, up, up. There we go.
Checkpoint.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Making the run. Whoa. Turn down, over. There we go, there we go, there we go.
Checkpoint.
Whoop. So, yep. This is okay. This is fine. This is fine.
Checkpoint.
We are fine. Blacking out just a little bit. That's fine. it back by turning the other way. The lines on this track are just so much fun. Watch that point there. Getting too close to one of the pylons is what almost took out my way.
Checkpoint.
So this is our third lap and final for this second run.
Checkpoint.
Looks like we are not going to make the 10-second, but we might make it for 12. Well, hopefully going for an 11 dead here. Maybe even less than that. We're actually going to kick it up to full speed for this last bit. Power! Too much power. Oh, yes! Alright. So that is another run in the books. That wasn't too bad. I did, however, forget to check the time. I believe it was under 11 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to go back to the hangar. Yep. Sure, I want to go back to the hangar, because there's no other way to reset my timer. That's right. I believe we had a 3:24, wasn't it? 3 minutes, 24, in a 300 I. Dare you to run that in your Hornet, sir? Yes, I did in fact put the sir on the end. Why? Because I am a nice guy. So that is one Mr. Charlie Iden, a very good friend of mine. I have met him a total of once. Now, we hung out for a good weekend in Reykjavik, Iceland. A very lovely place to go. I highly suggest anybody that gets the chance to go visit. You don't have to go for any particular reason other than it is a very lovely place to run. Alright, so actually, we're going to run that track in our F7A trainer, just so that we can go back at it with how fast we did it. Oh, classic race. Rickard Memorial Raceway. With a 3-lap race. And now you guys will see what I mean by a flying brick. I know a lot of people say that the Aurora is a bit like a flying brick, but that thing doesn't go fast enough to have issues turning. This one, I'm going to be drifting so far. This run is going to be rather difficult. Turn on Wi-Fi so that it actually gets signal, can send that thing. Come on, stop being a pain in my butt. Thank you. There we go. Alright, so
All systems online.
here we have our lovely Hornet. And while the green is nice, it is really hard to see
3, 2, 1, go.
Going for 70% as per my use. And here comes the first turn.
Checkpoint.
There we go. There we go. Whoop, whoop. We need to be on this side. That's good. That's good. Flip.
Checkpoint.
Pull up. Okay, so Rickard Memorial Speedway, or yeah, Speedway. Getting an F7A Hornet. Whoa! Without much cutting. That was a bit of a cut there.
Checkpoint.
Whoa! Drifting hard. And this is where the corners start to get tricky. Because the corners are, in fact, tricky. And I slide right through them.
Checkpoint.
There we go. There we go. Oh, flip. Pull up. Pull up.
Checkpoint.
So we're at a minute and a half. As you can see, you can barely see my HUD at all.
Checkpoint.
Flip. There we go, there we go. Get the turn, let's get the turn. Get the turn.
Checkpoint.
Oh, almost slid through that. There we go. Get the turn. By now he's finished a lap in that M50, by the way.
Checkpoint.
And I just hit checkpoint 9. So that'll tell you the speed difference between the two racers we're running. Of course, I'm also at what is that? 73% thrust now. Kick that up to 78,
Checkpoint.
and he runs at 100% on a much faster ship. Get through this corner here.
Checkpoint.
Dang it. See, I told you we slide a lot more on this one than the 300.
Checkpoint.
Get up there. Whoop, whoop.
Checkpoint.
Through. Do not hit that building. I hit the building. Hit the building again. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I slid straight through that corner and into the building. I was cutting it a bit too close. Sorry.
Checkpoint.
This is going to be quite a bit slower than our 300 lap. I mean, it was going to be slower than our 300 lap anyway, as this is a slower ship than the 300.
Checkpoint.
Alright. Okay. That one. Into the books. 4 minutes 7.
Checkpoint.
Now that is the one thing I really like that CIG did, was put both the total race time and your current lap time on screen. So as long as you can see those after a lap, you can actually go back in and extrapolate what your lap, the total time was for your last lap, or at the end of your last lap. down to the millisecond.
Checkpoint.
Whoa! Too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast!
Stand by for reintegration.
Told you it was too fast.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
That way. Go. So there's much more finesse needed for the Hornet than the rest of them, because this thing slides.
Checkpoint.
Unlike the rest of the ships, it actually has under-powered thrusters, because it was not made for racing. Whereas the 300 line,
Checkpoint.
the M50s were. I mean, the 300 line was simply because it's a performance machine. Right?
Sure.
The 300R specifically is a racer, hence the R. But it was made to be incredibly maneuverable, whereas the Hornet was built to just be a rock, right? Take a beating, keep flying, never give up, never surrender kind of shit.
Checkpoint.
Okay, dodge the buildings because I can't make that turn. Just stay with the track. There we go, there we go, there we go. And so you have the Hornet, which is not meant to do this, doing this. Which is great. I love the fact that we can race every single ship we can get our hands on, because that's what people do.
Checkpoint.
I mean, do you want proof of that? Look at lawnmower racing. People will race lawnmowers, which were not built for racing at all, and yet they do it. Why? Because it's fun.
Checkpoint.
And everybody loves racing in anything they can get their hands on. We'll race on small pieces of metal down a hill. Why? Again, because we can.
Checkpoint.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up! No! Yes! Yes! Got there! That was close.
Checkpoint.
Alright, we're almost done with the second lap.
Checkpoint.
We're coming closer to our 300 times. This one might be sub 4 minutes, which would be nice, but it doesn't look like it. Get there, get there, get there, get there. Come on. 359, yes. 359.46. And that was with a crash, so yeah.
Checkpoint.
If we can get a clean lap out of this, I think we might be able to hit 350. Get around, get around. Not quite willing to jack up my speed a bit, but maybe next race, because we're going to run this one again. We're actually going to run this track the whole time, because I need some data on it for some work I'm doing. Along with the league I'm in, racking up myself some pilot points doing this.
Checkpoint.
Gotta cut that corner a little bit. Flip over. There we go. There we go.
Checkpoint.
We got through that tough spot there.
Checkpoint.
Get there, get there, get there, get there, get there. Dang it!
For reintegration.
Come on.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems systems online.
I know all the systems are online. I'm already racing again. So, unfortunately, we didn't get a clean run on this one.
For reintegration.
Yeah. This is going to be a tricky turn.
Aerospace. All systems online.
Get the spin done. This cut right here is just
Checkpoint.
so sharp. And this thing just wants to drift so much.
Checkpoint.
Cut this edge here. There we go, there we go, there we go. Up
Checkpoint.
there. Getting around, getting around. And this is, of course, lap 3.
Checkpoint.
The end of our race is coming up. Up, up. Come on, get there, get there.
Checkpoint.
Like I was saying earlier, I can't wait to try this with the Cutlass. Dang, that's going to be a nice thing to race. 16 thrusters. But yes, it's a bigger ship, but it is going to turn. And when you're racing, it's all about the corners. Ask anyone.
Checkpoint.
You can make a car go really fast in a straight line, but if it can't turn, it can't win a race. So this is going to be a over 12-minute lap, unfortunately,
Checkpoint.
or a 12-minute race. But I still feel it went pretty well. 3:59.48 is still our best lap. So there we go. So I'm just gonna tweet it, Charlie here. Three. 59, 38. Best lap so far. Sorry, I should be going back to the hangar at this point. And typing while I'm waiting for it to load. Apologies about that. Yes, I'm sure. Dude, I've checked that 3 times. So that's an hour, almost an hour into our stream. We've got 3 races under our belt. I feel that's pretty good. Especially since we crashed, what, 4 times trying to get in? But I'm feeling pretty good about the yoke. I'm really liking how it's controlling right now. Feeling pretty good about the ships. I like how they're controlling right now. We're going to run another one in the Hornet, which will give me 2 runs in the 300, 2 runs in the Hornet. I need to do another run in the 300 in the Hornet after that to make 3 runs in the Hornet, because I did a run earlier this morning in the 300, so that'll give me 3 and 3. So I can start working on some data that I need. I might end up having to pick up an Aurora just so that I can get data on it, because I don't think anybody else has one that's racing at the moment. I think all the people in my league are actually running faster ships than that for the league. So that's one Hornet race, so this will be our second. In fact, while this next one launches, I'm going to write that down. So 300, we've done 3. Come on, pen. 300. We have done 3 races. The Hornet. We have done 1. And soon to be 2. And I've reported 1 of them, so I can cross off the 300 that I've reported. So I have 2 300 races to report, and I need another 2 Hornet races for reporting on those. Here we go. We are ready to go.
All systems online.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yep. Get us up to 79% thrust, and let's go. Let's go. Get this racing done.
Checkpoint.
Get this direction up. Pull up.
Checkpoint.
There we go. This turn. What is the one thing that throws me a little bit is the three-dimensionalness of the racing.
Checkpoint.
And remembering that turning back and forth and pulling in and out, I still have another axis I need to access. And to do that, I have to move my thumb back and forth,
Checkpoint.
which I am entirely fine with. I just have to remember to do it.
Checkpoint.
Got through there. Flip it. Get in
Checkpoint.
there. Getting back around for this one.
Checkpoint.
Okay, this one I can cut a little bit here. Gotta dodge these antennae. There we go. Turn, come over a little bit. There we go. Get us aimed through that hole.
Checkpoint.
Get us over. So we're doing pretty good. This is checkpoint 10.
Checkpoint.
So a couple more to go.
Checkpoint.
Get up there. Get up there. Okay.
Checkpoint.
Too much. left. Well, one checkpoint left in the finish line. 3.5 minutes, though. That's pretty good for a Hornet.
Checkpoint.
Come on. Get me under 345. 345. Aiming for 345. Come on. 344. 344.60. Nice. And that was a clean lap, too. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go.
Checkpoint.
So we got a clean lap in our belts. Let's see if we can't get a clean race. Get around here.
Checkpoint.
This is going to be so much trippier with the Oculus Rift on.
Checkpoint.
And just being that no matter where you look, you're going to be seeing out of this cockpit.
Checkpoint.
Right? This craft uses a stick and throttle, the HOTAS setup. Whereas the 300 actually uses a yoke setup, which is what I'm running right now. So you have a separate yoke with pull in and out.
Checkpoint.
Get there, get there. I mean, it's your standard yoke
Checkpoint.
controls, right? So it'll be interesting to fly, because it'll actually look like you're flying it in person, as long as they get the perspective right. Right? Just sitting
Checkpoint.
here, I can see my hands in front of me. I can see them on the yoke. So if they get that feeling right, where I can still see the yoke in my 300, I can see my
Checkpoint.
hands operating it, doing the exact same things I'm doing here to get this ship around. That will be so nice. The immersion is just going to be insane with that. Get up there, get up there, get up there. Angle on. Pull up.
Checkpoint.
There we go. Get us over. Whoop. Wrong side.
Checkpoint.
There we go, there we go. Come on, we're close.
Checkpoint.
Can we get a sub 330? No, but can we give it a sub 340? This is the end of lap 2, the end of lap 2.
Checkpoint.
Come on, sub 340. We can make a sub 340. 30:38:03. That's a lap. That's almost as fast as I was doing my 300 laps in. In fact, I've had slower 300 laps, and I'm still not quite at 80% in this one.
Checkpoint.
So this one has some more thrust to it. Of course, then the turns are so much harder. As you can see from my slide there. Guess over. Whoop. Needs to be on the other side. Needs to be on the other side. There we go.
Checkpoint.
No, 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 no!
Reintegration.
Anvil Aerospace.
Go, go,
All
go,
systems
go,
online.
go. Alright, so not a clean race, unfortunately. That set us back a couple of seconds. good lap.
Check
Should
the
still be
point.
able to hit sub 4 minutes, which will be nice.
Checkpoint.
Yep.
Checkpoint.
Watch out for the red out. Watch out for the red out.
Checkpoint.
No, 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 no. Get over. There we go, there we go. Come on. We can make it, we can make it.
Checkpoint.
There we go. We are doing fine. Everything is fine. Get lined up for this. Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Checkpoint.
Turn. Pull up. There we go. Doing fine, doing fine.
Checkpoint.
Ooh, a bit wide on that one. I would love to be able to run this in the first person view like this,
Checkpoint.
and then be able to cinematic afterwards in the third person. Exactly how I did it, like ghost it myself. That would be so nice.
Checkpoint.
Just so I could see how badly I'm flying this. Because, I mean, seriously, we all know how horribly I'm flying
Checkpoint.
this.
Checkpoint.
Alright, so can we still make it in under 350? If we can still make it in under 350, I will be so happy.
Checkpoint.
Come on, come on. 47, 48, yes! I will take it. Alright, so that's another Hornet lap under our belts. We got 2 really good laps out of that, and 1 really good but crashy lap. So I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that lap, or that run. I do wish we could have missed that crash and had a fully clean run. So, yep. Really happy with how this run's going at the moment. We haven't crashed. We haven't crashed a desktop since we actually got it in the game. We've got 4 good races under our belt in an hour and 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. My yoke is handling it nicely. And so is my computer. It hasn't exploded or turned into a giant evil ball of flame. Or tried to stab me several times. I've had other computers try that. Alright, so 1 more Hornet. And then we have another, well no, just 1 more Hornet. And we will be done with all of that. I do again apologize about the having to quit in and out of the the races like this, but it's the only way to get a proper set of lap times for a 3-lap race, which it should be if everything worked properly. I still need to figure out why my throttle is only working from the 50% to 100% range. I have to look into that. It's probably an XML setting I don't have set right. But otherwise, I'm really happy with how my yoke's running. Satec makes a very decent yoke system. I have had to grease the central rod, but you know, it's slowly working its way into the entire mechanism, which is nice. Gives me a nice, really smooth action on everything. There we go. It's loaded up. I love that nice warning.
All systems online.
Which will actually be good for editing, because I can hear that and know that's where I'm going to cut in for my
3,
audio.
2,
1,
go.
We're going to try to run this at 83% throttle. We're a madman! 83%. That's 4% over what I was running the last one. This is going to be horrible. Yeah, that's right. I'm still not running it at 100%. Because I am still learning the track.
Checkpoint.
And you don't go all out your first time out, or your second, or your third. You gotta work into that crap. Because if you do it wrong, you die.
Checkpoint.
Go. Get us sideways. Pull up.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, so far I am really loving this racing.
Checkpoint.
Despite the fact that I don't actually have a specific race ship. In fact, I am not able to fly any of the ships I own at the moment.
Checkpoint.
Mostly because they are all multi-cruise ships, and none of those are active in the game yet. So this is actually a loaner ship that CIG has given me graciously,
Checkpoint.
so that I'm not left out in the cold with a ship that can't be flown.
Checkpoint.
Get through there. Cut this. Up. There we go. Through to there.
Checkpoint.
There we go. Getting there, getting there, getting there.
Checkpoint.
So yeah, really enjoying this. As I've said repeatedly so far, the lines on these tracks are so nice. Very well thought out tracks. Very well designed.
Checkpoint.
Come on, make that turn. Dang it!
Is offline.
Which system? Which system? It's fine. We're fine. We didn't lose too much.
Checkpoint.
We only lost like 2 seconds. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Checkpoint.
We clearly lost a wing. Or part of the engine. Something like that. But everything's fine. Whoop, whoop.
Checkpoint.
That was not a result of the crash that little hiccup there was entirely my lack of skill at flying. Not bad. 341 with a crash. We are doing better.
Checkpoint.
Look at that. We're learning how to fly. That doesn't mean we don't suck. It just means we're learning how to fly. Gotta get around to this big mother. These guys that live in these housing modules have to be so freaked out by this, you know? Because it's like, yeah, that guy crashed right into my bedroom.
Checkpoint.
Get around.
Checkpoint.
Get around. I can get around, yeah. Sorry, Beach Boys, I completely murdered your song.
Checkpoint.
Whoa, spin. Spin to win.
Checkpoint.
Is offline.
Where are we? Where are we? Crap. We are literally in the wing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everything's fine. It's fine. Fine.
Alert. Systems overheating.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, I know my coolant system is hosed. But I still have to finish my race. So we're only on lap 2. Alright, so it looks like I wasn't ready for 81% there. It's quite clearly I have trashed this Hornet.
Checkpoint.
Does that skid a bit in my favor? Any time to flip this bird?
Checkpoint.
There we go, there we go.
Checkpoint.
Overcome. Yes.
Checkpoint.
Just gotta beat that inertia. We're not gonna break 4 minutes on this track, this lap.
Alert.
Checkpoint.
Systems overheating.
Yeah, I know you're overheating. It's fine. Everything's fine. You can handle 78%.
Alert. Systems overheating.
You're fine. It's fine.
Checkpoint.
We'll get the coolant checked out when we're done. We got one more lap to go. This HUD is so hard to see.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
fine. You cool down.
Checkpoint.
Hold together. Hold together.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, you can hear the ship creaking now that I've banged it up so much.
Checkpoint.
There we go.
Checkpoint.
Let's go to the trees.
Alert. Systems overheating.
It's fine. We're fine. We just got a massive coolant leak, mostly because the coolant system is completely destroyed and fallen off the ship. We'll be fine. We're in an upper atmosphere. It's gotta be cool up here, right?
Checkpoint.
That shouldn't have any problem cooling your ship down. Sure, the
Systems
massive
overheating.
amount of friction is probably not helping, but still.
Alert. Systems overheating.
You're fine. Everything's fine. Let you cool down here in a second.
Alert. Systems overheating.
Told you it's fine. We're almost done.
Checkpoint.
Alert. Systems overheating.
No exploding. No death. No disassemble.
Alert. Systems overheating.
We're almost there. We only have 2 checkpoints left. Only 2 checkpoints yet. Hold together.
Checkpoint.
Go,
Alert.
go.
Systems overheating.
Checkpoint.
Alert. Systems overheating. Alert. Systems
Get up to
overheating.
100% for the last second.
Black complete.
All right. There we go. Woo! 338 with a ship that is massively damaged. All right. So that's all 3 of my Hornet races that I needed to do to get a level run. 5 races in an hour and a half. I feel that's pretty good. Especially with having to load out and then load back in. So that's 90 minutes. Something like what? 15 minutes? 45? Yeah, close. More like 17 minutes, but yeah. $18 minutes. That was close. But that wasn't too bad. I feel it was pretty good. Now, I'm not going to export this straight to YouTube. I'm actually going to cut it up locally and then export it. Well, I might. My computer's been acting really weird with my local renders. So I might just might export the whole 2 minutes. Or 2 hours. Okay. Let's go for a walk. Alright. Let's see if we can crash her again. My models. Hey, I can actually read the text. Yay! There's the freelancer miss. Textures still aren't popping in correctly. My buggy. See, there's a texture popped in finally. Sadly, with the new hangars, there isn't much room for buggy racing. So yeah. Get me out of the buggy! Hey guys. Alright. Screw that. We'll go do another race. Yeah, it is pretty, isn't it, Cuttlefish? So, we're gonna do another one in the Hornet. Or, sorry, not the Hornet. The 300. See if we can't up our times just a bit. We got time. We got time! We should have time to get 2 more races in. Hehe. See, the key there is I'm not going into the online one. I'm going into the drone sim because it doesn't have to deal with the stupid bug in the queuing system. It just has the bug not counting laps properly. At all. So you can actually bypass it by going into time and tide. Wait for no man. That is correct. Because there's no tide in space. Because we don't do laundry. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Yeah, the online is pretty good if you can get in, but you can't because there's a bug in the system.
Core system operational.
Alright, so let's get this up to 78%. Let's try 80% on this one.
3, 2, 1, go.
I can't actually tell what this is. That's okay. 80%, that's fine.
Checkpoint.
This is going to be a little bit different considering I just ran 3 straight in my Hornet.
Checkpoint.
Well, the key to doing the pan to the bleach white skeleton without tide is using lye.
Checkpoint.
Or, you know, bleach. Or just time. Yeah, the main issue with the queue at the moment is the fact that it's listing you as, you know, 130th in line out of 1.
Checkpoint.
And that really doesn't make sense within the system. Yes, Cuttlefish, I'm calling you a liar. You make beautiful music, sir. That's right, I can make puns too. Ah! But yeah, when you're trying to assign order, no!
Checkpoint.
Got the checkpoint. Get back in line. There we go. There we go. We're good. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, when you're trying to assign a position to somebody
Checkpoint.
that's 150th in line out of 100 or out of 1, the computer sits there and goes, "Yeah, that's not going to work," and then refuses to do it. Oh, squirrely, squirrely.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Yeah, the afterburner's fine when you can control how your ship is flying,
Working system.
For reintegration.
Thrusters.
but when you can't, when you're not used to doing the run at all,
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational.
adding more speed is not what you want to do. Right? I'm trying to get used to the track before I start. I mean, I'm not even running at 100%. As you can see, I'm running at what, 84% right now, and I'm having issues. Running with the afterburner at 100% speed would just be suicide. Nah, you gotta go smart, bro. Fast will get you killed if you don't know where you're going.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
I do apologize if it takes me a couple of seconds after you guys post your comment before I actually read and respond to it.
Checkpoint.
Beyond the delay, I'm trying to actually, not crash. Best thing for control my foot.
Checkpoint.
Besides which, I'm still trying to get all the maps working for my yoke, and Afterburner is not currently assigned
Checkpoint.
because controls are still done through XML files, which are a pain in the butt to program.
Checkpoint.
Only slightly intense. It's slightly less intense when you suck. Such as, me. I have plenty of times in the corners, or coming out of the corners to look over and read your comments. It's just like here, where the corner never ends, makes it rather hard.
Checkpoint.
Get through there.
Checkpoint.
Flip, flip. There we go. Yes. Perfectly executed. It's fine. Everything is fine. Get the nose up. There we go. Punch it.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
But yeah, I was saying earlier, I really want to be able to fly the Cutlass through here. Because with the number and configuration of maneuvering jets on that thing, ooh, man. That thing would fly so sweet.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, the AI is kind of annoying, but what you gonna do?
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Although the reminders for, when I'm going through a checkpoint is nice.
Checkpoint.
Actually, the bug that you're referring to lets you bring the Avenger in, not the Cutlass. I have tried bringing in the Cutlass and it doesn't work.
Checkpoint.
Using that specific bug.
Checkpoint.
Oh man, are we gonna get a sub 320. Be nice. Come on, can we get there? Can we get there?
Checkpoint.
Come on, sub 320. Can we get 315 even? Ooh, so close. 314. Yes. Now that was a lap.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
See, that's weird. I tried the bug that the same way they're doing with the Avenger to get it in, and it didn't work for me. In the colors, it brought me in the 300.
Checkpoint.
Yes, it does make me a lapdog. Better than a house cat, though.
Checkpoint.
Don't tell Chuzzle I said that. She'll hurt me. Let's see.
Checkpoint.
Yeah. Crashing the game is rather pain at the moment. But hey, come on, get there, get there, get there. No, 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 no! Made it, made it, made it! Yes! We got there clean. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Dang it!
For reintegration.
Almost.
Checkpoint.
Almost.
Origin Jumpworks at your service. Core system operational.
We want to be on this side, that's fine.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, see, that's the issue of bindings. There currently isn't a binding on my control settings for Afterburner. I had to overwrite it so that I could use my back and forth.
Checkpoint.
My yaw. It used to be bound in that place. And I don't have another available button at the moment in that area to assign to the Afterburner. It is on my throttle quadrant right now, which I daren't reach for while trying to maneuver. Because all of the other face buttons I have are assigned to weapons. So while I don't need, I currently don't have a distinguished one, key bindings distinguished for racing versus combat.
Checkpoint.
It's not bad. With the crash, we're going to get sub 330.
Complete.
3-lap race. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but what are you going to do? Just got to wait for them to update the controller settings stuff, and then it'll be easier to do my custom key bindings and have a dedicated race mode. I mean, if they would recognize the mode settings on this, then it'd be so much easier to do, because I could just switch to like mode 2 or mode 3 for race, and then have all those bindings, like have it bound to what I have right now for the gun trigger. Have that be my Afterburner, so I can just hit that. But I don't want it bound to it with my trigger, because then every time I fired my weapons, my Afterburner would go off. And that's kind of stupid. I don't care about your emails, Facebook. Go away. I don't even have a Facebook account. I don't know why you're emailing me. So that's another race I have to report. And that puts me up to 7 on the day. 7. Oh, it says I'm offline. That's weird. Oh, now I'm online again. I do have a profile set with my control manager. Unfortunately, Star Citizen completely ignores that binding set, and you have to do a custom XML file through the game. We're going to do another one with the 300. Actually, can we get out of the... Yay, we can get out of this now. We'll go over and get in the Cutlass and see if we can't bug it in. Give it a shot. If we can, I'm going to race with it. Why isn't that button blue? That button's supposed to be blue. Okay. Shall we come up here? We sit in our seat. We have to hit escape to go into Arena Commander. And see, look, it makes me select a ship, so, go with the 300 instead. Yeah, I really like the asteroid hangar. I've liked it since they first showed it off to us, and so that's what I went with. It looks identical to my room, completely a mess and with sparks everywhere. So it's very homey to me. So we should have just enough time to load into this track and get another race in before our time's up this morning. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm very happy about it. Hopefully I've provided you guys with some entertainment as well, watching me crash and die. Only in the online mode. Interesting. Yeah, the other big problem is the Cutlass still isn't in the table, so you can't refit it, and it doesn't have guns powered and equipped normally, or engines. So yeah.
Core system operational.
All right. I think that should be about 85%
3,
ready.
2, 1, go.
Alright, let's get going. 84%, I was right.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Come on, get there. It's the wrong way around. It was the wrong way around. Go up.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Yeah, flying with the G-Safe on and still almost blacking out is so trippy to me. I was watching my friend Charlie run earlier.
Checkpoint.
And, I mean, just accelerating from stop, he was almost blacking out in M50 with the G-Safe on.
Checkpoint.
Which really should not happen.
Stand by for reintegration.
Too much of a slide there. Come on, come on.
Origin jump works at your service. Core system operational.
Oh, crap, 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 crap. Get control, get control. Here we go. It's fine, everything's fine. What? There we go.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, it is a balance factor, which is again one of the reasons why I'm trying to learn the track so well, without the speed, and then slowly increment my speed, so that even when I'm starting to black out, like if I lose most of the screen, I'll still know where the corner is, how to take the corner. All of that by feel rather than actual sight.
Checkpoint.
So like there I need to flip and that'll help.
Checkpoint.
Some of it, yeah. But you're actually using the afterburner is going to make the blacking out worse because you're adding more thrust into the calculation, which increases the G load. I mean, yeah, it offsets it faster because it'll adjust your heading and thus push you back in the seat. However, you're actually increasing the G load for the first section of it, which will actually make you black out faster. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Checkpoint.
Don't know why I actually physically dodged there, but okay. So a sub 340, that's fine. Especially with a crash. I mean, if we can get consistent laps, that's good too. Consistency is fine. Get that wing under. I really want to do this with the Cutlass. Just the maneuverability of the Cutlass itself is so nice to try to take these corners with. Oh.
Checkpoint.
Get that turn. Sorry, that is a very large wall of text, and I cannot read that much text at the moment. I do apologize. It's going to take me a couple of tries to read that. Certain dot doesn't matter, so jackknifing works because it very heavy G's.
Checkpoint.
Yes and no. I mean, if you're already basically blacked out, yes. That is essentially how it functions.
Checkpoint.
Oh, crap.
Stand by for
Too close.
reintegration.
We caught the upper wing on that one.
Origin
Thank you,
jump
Roosevelt.
works at your service. Core
CGI has worked
system
very
operational.
hard.
Checkpoint.
CIG has worked very hard to make this game look very good. Come on.
Checkpoint.
But prior to the patch, pulling these kinds of turns at full speed wouldn't even come close to blacking you out. But because they doubled the speeds, it is just so devastating now. There we go.
Checkpoint.
Almost read out. Now I'm blacking out. Well, I'm reading out. Woo! as you can see, I'm not really doing much, and I'm still reading out from the first corner back there.
Checkpoint.
This is lap 2. We're doing pretty good.
Checkpoint.
Come on. Well, what do you expect?
Checkpoint.
I play it expecting a massively buggy mess. So everything is fine when I can just complete a lap and actually get a time. 3:26! Yes! I am happy with a sub 3:30. Especially when we had to stop halfway through because I crashed. I actually crashed twice, didn't I, on that last lap?
Checkpoint.
One more lap to go. And unfortunately, this is probably going to be our last lap for the morning, guys. Mostly because there is not time this morning to get another lap in. Considering how slowly I fly.
Checkpoint.
Because I am bad at this game. I don't know. I say I'm bad at this game, but I'm actually doing pretty decently. I haven't died yet, so... I have. I died last lap, but I haven't died this lap yet.
Checkpoint.
But, I mean, just the lap layouts.
Checkpoint.
I like this one because it's the medium length run.
Checkpoint.
What is it? There's crap. Can't remember the names offhand. There's 2 other tracks. One's quite a bit longer and one's quite a bit shorter.
Checkpoint.
There we go. We got through that checkpoint. But this medium length is really nice. It's a nice sweet spot for me. I know some of the guys are getting around the other track in a minute. The short one. I've seen guys getting around this one in 2.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, the basic map is actually all 3 maps are on the same map.
For reintegration.
They're just
Origin
different
jump
track
works at your
orientations,
service.
which
Core system operational.
is a brilliant move on CIG's part. Getting 3 complete tracks out of the same map layout, you know, just by changing where some of the assets are sitting, as opposed to having a completely different map.
Checkpoint.
No, they are entirely identical, with the exception of where all of the checkpoints and the lane markers are.
Checkpoint.
And that is the end of our race. So we're looking at just under 10 minutes, 40 seconds.
Complete.
So really happy with that. Alright, so thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I have really enjoyed flying like this and having you guys to talk to. I am here every day but Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 10:30. Usually doing a bunch of different things, hence why the channel title is actually Random Corners. Just I play whatever I feel like playing at the time, and I feel like playing this morning. So again, thank you very much. If you want to, please follow the channel. I do quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, most people only get to see the end because they're not awake or around. If you follow me on Twitter, Rucdoc, I post there when I'm going to go live. I post all of the VODs over on my YouTube channel, YouTube Rucdoc. Pretty much anywhere I am, that's my name. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and have a great day.